Hey, when I just got out from seeing I Know What You Did Last Summer here at the AMC theaters. This is my straight out of the theater reaction. First thing I gotta say is, I actually thought this movie was halfway decent, believe it or not. This is the trilogy we thought we would all get way back in then. The movie was 1997 when the movie actually came out. The first I Know What You Did Last Summer. I Still Know What You Did Last Summer came out in 2 years later, in 1999. But now, within the time, 26 years later, I should say, we finally got the trilogy we all wanted to see. But did we actually want this trilogy? Way back then, I'm saying this because way back then, back in 1999, of course, after that second one came out, we saw that original fisherman get hooked, and we went in the water. Were they planning on doing a third trilogy way back then when this movie actually came out 2 years ago? So leading from that, my reaction from this movie, I gotta say, is yes, the acting was decent. It took me a while to actually get fully adjust to these new actors, of course, but they did a good job. They did a really good job pulling their weight in the movie and giving us the story. The story seemed a little weak. The whole thing, well, let me just say, when it boiled down to the end, that's when the story's really evolved. I really felt that's, if you remember in the first one, that they really evolved the story well enough into even like the middle of the movie. They kind of didn't really do that as much with this one. We got a little bit of a touch in this third installment. Actually, this is actually the fourth installment, but this is a third one with our legacy characters with Jennifer Love Hewitt and Freddie Prinze Jr. So that was actually pretty cool, getting both of them back in this movie. And of course, you're not going to get Sarah Gilbert, Michelle, and all of them, Ryan Phillippe, because as you remember them in the first one, they got the axe, of course, and then first I Know What You Did Last Summer. It would have been cool to actually get them in this movie, though. But I thought the story and everything was decent. The kills were all right, I gotta say. I like the chase scenes better, believe it or not, when it comes to movies like this. There were some, but most of the time it seems still. It kind of felt like those scenes could have worked up better, actually winding more to what's going to happen next. Some stuff, a lot of things were actually predictable in this movie. Here, I'll stand still, that way it'll get you guys to, I'm going back and forth down the hallway. But I felt the story was kind of stiff in some way, but once it actually got to the last half hour of the film, the last half hour of the film, that's when things start revolving, and that's when you start centering around what's going to happen, who's the person behind the fisherman outfit. I thought I really caught things on almost earlier on in this movie, and really thought, every time I watch these movies, you always think who that person's going to be. I really pointed this person out almost right away. And there's a person you can't trust in the group just as well too. They're hiding a little secret just as well too. So I'm not going to say as much. If you have not seen the movie, I do strongly recommend it. And the reaction to me is this is the trilogy I felt like I wanted for the longest time. For the last 99 was the last one. Is that 26 years? Yeah, 26 years. This was the trilogy I've been willing to expect for the last 26 years. And the person who wrote this was really good. I know the first two, Kevin Wilson actually did the first two, wrote the story. Be quite curious to see what he's going to do with the new Scream movie just as well too, but that's a different topic, of course. I Know What You Did Last Summer lived up to my expectations, and I thought I really had a fun time here at the theaters, seeing it at the AMC theaters, like always. I go to Everson was like Century Theaters and all that too, but it just happened to pick this location today. So for those who have actually seen I Know What You Did Last Summer /2025, so it's just two titles the same. What did you guys actually think of the movie? How did you like the story? Did these characters really develop for you guys as well too? I thought after a while, I got used to the characters, and I thought they actually did a really good job, and they told the story the way it should have told. And it was a good ending. But be sure, yes, stay for the titles, because you ending titles, in other words, because you will miss something. Yeah, there's a post scene, believe it or not, but other than that, I'm keeping my mouth shut to you guys. Leave your comments down below if you have seen the movie. If you like it, give me those thumbs up. Of course, for me, I'm always going to say, give me a thumbs up. I'll make sure you continue watching. I appreciate every one of you watching my station. And I just love doing these straight out of the movie theaters because it's just so dang fun, isn't it? So anyways, here from the AMC theaters, my name is Ryan. I already gave my thumbs up. And I guess maybe here, I might see you at the movies next time. Thank you for watching. That's right. Get hooked again with I Know What You Did Last Summer.